University and Professor Neo, whom I know since long time, and from Divulgar University, and most importantly, the brilliant young mind, the PG and PhD scholar of different institute, who came over here to attend this beautiful conference organized by the premier institute of the university, premier institute of the country, that is Gauhati University. So it is really indeed great privilege and pleasure, as well as I feel very honored to be here. And thanks goes to the organizer who invited me to share some of my small experiences in handling some of the bioresources for the greater benefit of the farming community of Northeast India, more particularly the tribal community. Especially today I will concentrate on the Meghalaya, from where I am. So my topic is a little bit different, from lab to land, harnessing bioresources with emphasis on only one small organism, that is called Trichoderma species, for the plant health management in the tribal region of the Northeast India. So before proceeding to my next slide, I want to ask my fellow participant, how many of you are working in the lab? Please raise your hand. Everybody, right? How many of you enjoyed working in the farming community in their field? Please raise your hand. With your idea, with your material, with your technology, how many of you enjoyed with working with the farming community? Please raise your hand. Yeah, few. So that experience I am going to share. I will discuss, or I will, in my presentation, I will touch a little bit science, and rest of it will be on the extension. Can I proceed? Yes. So, if you see the cropping pattern of the entire Northeast India, we have been experiencing diversified crop, from cereals to vegetables to spices and the plantation to crop. And if you visit, or if you see the 131 districts of entire Northeast, that consisted of 701 blocks, where most of the people they are cultivating, that is vegetable, cereals, spices and the plantation crops. So while going through these crops, I have seen our crops are facing a huge problem of especially diseases and pests. Many of the diseases, they can lead to a loss of 100%. That is not only true for one crop, that is also true for almost all the crop, covering your cereals, then your vegetables, then spices and many more. Same is the case for insect pests. Our crops are also attacked by thousands of insects at different cropping stages, from seedling to harvesting stage. Even in the post-harvest case also, we are facing a lot of problem. But what is the solution? Is there a solution? Yes. The ultimate solution of the arsenal, I used to say, is the AK-47 is the chemical. But because of the indiscriminate use of this chemical, we are facing a lot of problem, because this indiscriminate use of chemical causing harm to the soil, water, environment, as well as the residual toxicity. It creates problem to the human being, that is consumer, also customers. So these are the major problem which our team, my team, we have targeted, especially some of the soil-borne organisms, some other organisms, and some of the insect pests, starting from fall armyworm to scale insect. Here I have included some of the insect pests, some of the insects which acting as a vector for the many viral diseases. So we are not concentrating one component. We have named it, new name we have included, that is called BIPM, Biointensive Pest Management. So we used to consider it as a very holistic approaches for the pest management, because it can take care of your plant from the diseases as well as insect pests, and side by side it can enhance the plant growth. Ultimately we can get a say good harvest with say free of any type of chemical residues. So here we have to concentrate mostly in case of accurate diagnosis, then try to identify the source of the problem and what is the relationship of the host pathogen as well as environment, that is called your epidemiology. So in these approaches, which has been recognized by the ICR very recently as one of the best approaches, they have given me a very good certificate that these approaches will act as a future ready reckoner, or say future that is best plant health management system. So here we are trying to manage the problem with all the possible tactics with least cost involved, less damage to the environment, with a maximum, with an aim to ultimate aim to maximize the profit. And we are promoting all these bioresources, from organic nutrient to botanical to biofertilizer, and my team, we are mostly concentrating on the microbial biocontrol agent, from trichoderma to say mycorrhiza. So, but the journey was not easy. We have started our work in the survey the entire northeastern regions to collect the sample from different parts of the different agro ecosystem. Then proceeded for isolation and the characterization, and ultimately we could able to characterize more than 275 good biocontrol agents. The strains were selected based on some in vitro studies initially. Then we tried to see whether they could able to survive in the rhizosphere where we are going to introduce, followed by whether they have the ability to colonize the root, whether they have the endophytic behavior, whether they have the ability to activation of the biochemical defense responses. That will be the added advantage. Followed by we proceeded for greenhouse trial, and then we felt necessary to for mass multiplication of this potential biochemical agent. So substrate selection was the most important point where we have concentrated. When base substrate was selected, we proceeded for mass multiplication. Then we faced problem in case of shelf life, and again we proceeded for that is try to see whether the shelf life can be increased up to many months, because our farmers, when they used to purchase a product, they the single day they cannot apply for the management or in their field. So we proceeded for it so that shelf life can be increased up to 5 months, 6 months, 10 months, or 16 months. And during that time, the quality control measurement, especially viability and the virulence, is the important factor where we have concentrated more. Followed by this technology was demonstrated in collaboration with the line department, other institute also. And they said that some problems were there. Then those technology were refined. After refinement, we tried to popularize among the farming community of the different northeastern region, and then we proceeded for commercialization. This is my small journey. Over the time, my team, we have isolated some of the potential organisms from trichoderma species. I have around 17 different trichoderma species. I have mentioned here only trichoderma harzianum, followed by metorrhizium, perbracillum, lecanicilium, and vivaria baciarum. But the maintenance of mother culture of fungal biocontrol agent is a big job, very tough, because after it needs repeated subculturing. But if we do repeated subculturing, it loses virulence and viability. Ultimately, with that thing, if we develop a product, this product will not give good result in the field condition. So I have mentioned here that it will give an erratic result in the field condition. Lab condition okay, but field is totally different. So I have mentioned here that, but repeated subculturing, it involves the continuous, that means we need the continuous involvement of the scientists or the scholars, and due to repeated subculturing, after say 3 to 4 subculturing, it loses its viability and virulence, and we tried lyophilization. But during lyophilization, the conidia or the spores used to break down. Ultimately, we cannot expect the best result in the field conditions. So my team, we have developed Surakshit with least cost involved. And this Surakshit can protect your organism more than 44 months. And as then when you need, you just take it out 100 microliter, put in your media, incubate it for say half an hour, then put in your media, you will get a luxuriant growth of the same organism without losing its virulence and viability. The cost involvement is very less, only ₹2.25. And the patent has been, that means we got the patent for this product. Now this product will be sold by some agriculture university at a cost of 25 lakhs rupees. Now, why I have considered this trichoderma for my today's presentation? Because it is one of the most powerful bioprotectant for the management of wide variety of the plant diseases caused by other fungi, bacteria, or the viruses. Then it is having a broad spectrum action against the number of plant diseases with multiple numbers of mode of action. That's why pathogen or the insect fail to develop resistance against trichoderma. Then it exerts a strong aggressiveness against phytopathogen, as I said, few of the examples. Another important thing is that this is a miracle fungus or the mighty fungus, I used to say, because it has the ability to increase the some of the mechanisms which are similar to the hypersensitive reaction of the or say your systemic acquired resistance or induced systemic resistance. That is the beauty of these organisms. We tried this, that means whether this organism has the ability to, whether it has the effective result against this organism. Yes. We did a series of in vitro study and ultimately it ameliorated us to identify the potential strain of the trichoderma. Then we try to see the mode of action in the lab. Up to here I am in the lab. So during the mode of action I have seen that the competition, mycoparasitism, lysis, antibiosis are the main mechanism of this that is fungal biocontrol agent, that is trichoderma, in suppressing the pathogen, which we cannot see in the field, but in the lab you can see it, and these are some of the photographic evidences. Another important thing is that if we apply this type of biocontrol agent in a particular environmental conditions or particular area, that pathogen may not be nearby area. So we developed a question whether they have the ability to release some of the volatile or the non-volatile compound. Yes. Out of the 275 strain, few strain, they have the ability to release some of the volatile compound. So that is the beauty of this organism. So if we apply this type of organism in a particular area, because of that volatile compound, it gets spread very easily and it can cover a big niche. Ultimately, you can get a big good effect in a surrounding area. We are from northeast. Our northeastern soil is acidic in nature. In acidic soil, iron and aluminum toxicity is a big problem. Even we didn't have idea whether if we apply this type of biocontrol agent, that is trichoderma in the soil, whether they can tolerate the that means higher concentration of aluminum and iron that is prevalent in our soil. Yes, up to some concentration it can tolerate. I have mentioned here aluminum tolerance ability up to 70 ppm, but the highest biomass production we could able to get at 60 ppm. And on the other hand, in case of iron tolerance, they could able to tolerate up to 300 ppm, but the highest biomass was at 175 ppm. And this concentration is much higher whatever we are facing in the farmer scale. Besides that, another question always used to come to our mind. This is a biocontrol agent, fungal biocontrol agent. Whether they can survive in varied type of pH, we didn't have idea. So through our experiment, we could able to see that is our strain could able to tolerate the pH from 3 to 6.5. That means we should not worry about the acidic or a little bit towards neutral. Then we want a single bullet with the multiple function. So try to see whether it has some other functional attribute. During the experiment, we could able to see yes, they have the positive activity, positive reaction towards the casease activity, alpha amylase activity, chitinase activity, and they could able to solubilize phosphorus and the zinc. That is the added advantage. Besides that, they can produce ammonia and some of the siderophore like catechol and hydroxymate, but they fail to show some good reaction against the carboxylic type of siderophore production. So that is the thing. But we were happy that catechol and hydroxymate are the two important siderophore for which it shows a positive actions. Then I said that some of the organism, if they survive as an endophyte, then that will be the added advantage for of the plant, because it is a foreign body. Because of the presence of endophyte, the plant can feel this is a foreign body and they used to release numbers of secondary metabolites. Yes, some of the strain they could able to found that they can survive as endophyte, either in the stems, seeds, or they can present in the spores, or they can multiply within the plant system. I used to work with the farmers. Okay, so this is a question from the farmers. Sir, can we combine it with the commonly applied agrochemicals, especially fertilizers? We try to see. We didn't have idea. That idea is from farmers. So we try to see whether our species could able to tolerate or whether it has the compatibility with commonly applied agrochemicals, especially inorganic fertilizer. Yes. Urea, SSP and MOP up to a concentration of 2%, they are highly compatible. But with calcium, ammonium nitrate, they are compatible up to 0.1%. Beyond that, these are not compatible. From this slide, I want to say, to my farmer's friend, they can apply combining trichoderma spray along with this type of fertilizer together in the same tank, or they can mix it, they can apply it, they can reduce the cultivation cost, they can reduce the labor cost, because otherwise we have to apply it separately. So that is the beauty of farmer's question, and we could able to give the answer. Another question what they are, whether this is from industry people, especially your Williams and Megger's figurines, they used to ask whether this type of biocontrol agent can be combined with commonly used insecticide or the fungicide. Here my answer for first is that is for fungicide, no. We tried at different doses, lethal, sublethal and sublethal. These are not compatible. So we should not combine together. Few herbicide, no. Paraquat and glyphosate, we cannot combine together with our biocontrol agent. But some of the insecticide, like thiamethoxam, methomyl, like that, at some doses, whatever the doses I have mentioned here, they are compatible. We can combine together and we can apply half of this insecticide and then biocontrol agent. We can combine, we can apply, we can reduce the cost of spraying. And beside that, it is having a good compatibility with the Rita, which is a good surfactant for your this type of biopesticides. We try to see whether they are compatible with some sticker, adjuvant, osmoticant, then UV protectant, as well as preservative, because these are ultimately essential for preparation of the final product of the biopesticides. The good thing is that this trichoderma is not harmful for the honeybee, then praying mantis, as well as your earthworm. So over the time, I'm actually just reducing the number of slides. So in one slide I have presented here. Over the time I have seen that with this mighty fungus has also the ability to enhance the major secondary metabolite of the plant, then enhance the plant growth parameter, then ability of siderophore production, release of PGPR substances, especially IAGA, cytokinin, ethylene and abscisic acid, because out of these, few are very good for production of the root hairs. Ultimately, the root hairs is the main thing which help the plant in uptake of the nutrient from the soil. Then help in conditioning the soil and improve the beneficial population of the beneficial microorganism, improve the uptake of the nutrient, especially micronutrient, then help in solubilization of phosphorus in the soil and make it available for the plant. And over the time I have seen, if we apply this type of biocontrol agent in the soil, the result is better, but it is more costlier. So we started developing some formulation. Initially I tried for solid formulation, but the shelf life was very low. So now I will talk only for the liquid formulation. We developed 10 different liquid formulation and 3 are based on trichoderma. And these formulations were tested against the organism as well as some of the insect paste. And few of the formulations were found to have the biostimulant activity. And almost all the product has been patented by Dr. India. These are the formulation with recommendation against different type of insect paste. And you will not believe, per year I am earning 1.7 crore from this bioformulation. And almost all the line department, they are actually purchasing our product. Line department, FPO, FTC and self-help group. But those money are not mine. I used to deposit in as a revenue to my institute. That means the revenue from this bioformulation per year, we used to generate 1.6 to 1.7 crore. But the journey, already I said, the journey was not in 1 day. We have not completed in 1 day. If you see this slide, in the year 1, 2 and 3, we started the identification of the novel active biocontrol agent. Then we requested some of the funding agency for providing funds. They funded, they actually believed on us, and second year onward we started some work with the student as well as under some project. And from year 4 to 5, we try to see whether these are compatible or whether these are compatible with common insecticide, fungicide or homeopathic medicine, whether they have any bad effect on our beneficial insect like your silkworm, Muga silkworm, Eddie silkworm. And then from year 5 onward, we try to develop some formulations. Then 7, 8 and 9 year 7, 8 and 9, we try to see their effect in the different agroecological conditions of the Northeast India and including our Meghalaya. And after that, I submitted 3 projects and almost all the projects were funded.
and we got around more than 3.5 crore for popularize this product among the farming community. Then we involved some of the people from economics department so that they can do the impact analysis. They did, and the result we have documented. Then when we develop belief, yes, this product will flourish in the farmers' field. They can protect the crop very nicely. So we transferred the technology to Gauhati of Meghalaya, then JVs from your West Bengal, then MS Lary Enterprise, and recently I have transferred the technology to Gauhati of Nagaland. And for this work, in most of the cases, BRDC, that is Bioresource Development Center of Meghalaya, Meghalaya Basin Management Agency, Bayer Crop Science based on Philippines, then some FPO and SHG, they helped us a lot. So my thanks goes to this collaborator. And for all this work, I used to get suggestion from fellow scientists who helped me, even industry people also, they used to help me. Then these products were demonstrated in the field as a component of biointensive pest management module or the method. So here we have given the importance of the principles of plant disease management like avoidance, protection, prophylaxis, monitoring, regular field visit, timely application of irrigation, and proper drying before storage and grading. It includes from seedling to harvesting as well as post-harvest stages. If you see in the avoidance, it do not involve any cost. Only we have to train the farmer that please use the disease-free healthy certified planting material. It involves no cost. Then in case of protection, we try to inoculate this type of formulation in combination with some of the biofertilizer in the soil so that we can provide nutrient and we can provide a good area for the growth and development of this type of biocontrol agent. Then seed is the ultimate key for agriculture. So seeds were treated. We try to give the protection at the seed level itself. Then we try to see the populations of this organism, population of the other harmful say pest, that is called your pest monitoring. For pest monitoring we have installed some traps, and in some cases we have installed the trico card, against some of the insect pest. Then as a prophylactic measure, so there may be disease, there may not be disease, there may be pest, there may not be pest. Ignoring this thing, we just made 3 foliar spray, 21 days interval, same product. Then already I said for pest monitoring, we use some sticky trap to understand what type of pest is there. So it gives an idea that what type of material we have to apply in the field, and followed by other practices. Then we proceeded to the farmers and we initially conducted some awareness and training program, but all participants were not motivated. Only among the participants 10 were selected, and this we never forced any participant to adopt a particular technology. They were allowed to think, and according to their keen interest, they were allowed to select a particular technology. It opens up a new opportunity to work with the farmers because they are the decision maker. Then a series of programs were conducted for which the fund was provided by many institute or say many funding agency. And if you see the step 6, here selected participants were not only trained, they were not only trained on the BIPM, they were trained to how to mentor a particular program, then skill enhancement program, how to prepare the DPR for submission of the project to get fund for their next crop, then use of media, knowledge management, marketing, linkages with the market chain, collab with the line department, everything we have trained. Then we tried to establish the linkage with some of the corporate sectors, some of the scientific organizations, the line department, so that we can supply the input very easily to the farming community. Then this module was demonstrated and we proceeded for the entrepreneurship development. And for all this work, we were not only taken our product, we have also taken the product of your ICR NBIR, then Pest Control India, that is a collaborative work. So this thing were demonstrated in around 14 different crops. Only I will give you a flavor of 2 crops. So this is how we trained. In an area we used to select a big clusters. So in one cluster say 100 farmers. And you see the area for a cluster was 72 hectares. And since last 4 years, sir, they are following same technology because the result was very good. Initially it was very difficult to convince them. We trained them how to treat the seed in the mass scale, how to treat the seedling before transplanting in a huge area. And for all these cases, always we encourage the participant of our student friends because they are the future policy maker. So that's why in most of the field visit, we used to take our student, PG and PhD scholar to the field so that they can directly interact with the farming community and get some idea what type of problem they are facing. They were trained how to install the thing, how to treat the seed, how to transplant your seedlings, how to treat the seedling also. Then this is the beauty of that field. Still, if you go, you can see this beauty. And the beauty is that they till to date they have not allowed anybody to enter in my area. That means they have adopted the technology, they believed us, and they are continuously doing the practices. So this is how we did in not in one area. Out of 12 districts of Meghalaya, we have covered 9 districts, covering more than 3,000 farmers. These are some of the glimpses. And for all these things, since last 3 to 4 years, all the data from seedling to harvesting I do have. Now I am proceeding for some of the metabolic study for this. Okay. And we were feel very happy when they used to get a huge production. Many a times we have seen their productivity increases more than 32%. These are the data. Okay. Similarly, we did same demonstration in say Assam also in different area. This is one area where I have covered about 17.5 hectare, and for that DST they have given huge fund. And here we have seen after 3 years of application of this type of your biointensive practices, it increases the production around your more than 33%, reduce the pesticide use 75%, and the population of the natural enemy was found to increase more than 35%. That is the beauty of this thing. So this is just a flavor of the one crop rice. And if you see ginger, same way. Meghalaya is famous for turmeric and ginger, and we are promoting the organic cultivation of turmeric and ginger with the farmers clusters. So we trained them, demonstrated the technology, how to install trap, how to install your pheromone trap or say other insect trap. Then the farmers, they got very good result. And here also the line department, they collaborate with us at a frequent interval of say 1 month. We used to visit, collaborative visit were made and try to understand what are the problems they are facing at the different stages of the crop. And we try to mitigate those problems as at the earliest possible. And now you will be happy to know whatever the organic production they are producing, whatever the production they are getting, everything we used to certify, and now we are that means selling it to the Singapore, exporting to the Singapore with the help of state government. Now our farmers, they are getting a premier price as compared to early days. This is how we used to make collaborative visit. So each and every information we do have. So she is one of the farmer, and she is actually the best farmer of the country, who is very much actually motivating more than 20,000 fellow farmers. Her name is Plantimati. Today, as of today, she is at Delhi. That means in some meeting with the agriculture ministry. So at that level, these people are working. And here also we have seen, beside reduction of the pest and disease incidence due to the adoption of this type of your module, it also help in maintaining the quality of the product. Say in case of turmeric, curcumin; in case of say ginger, oleracin. Yield was also good. We have compared with the organic module and farmers practices. And if you see this table, I have given only the result of 8 field. So where the average says that overall we are getting around 29.4% increase in the yield as compared to the farmers practices. That's why farmers, they got belief, they develop belief on us, and they are adopting this type of technology. Similarly, we did in case of potato. This is a beautiful field where that practices has been adopted. And not only potato, I already said that 14 different crops were covered, and this is how our farmers are adopting. The beauty of this technology is that it is also working in the organic cultivation of strawberry. This is the success story of the Barpeta, and this farmer, he is a Parameshwar Deka. He got the best organic farmer of the Assam, and he is producing the organic strawberry and with that is good income from his field. And we also help that farmer to establish the market linkage. So this actually map I want to show that out of the entire northeastern state we have covered, especially in the Meghalaya, we are working in the 45 villages where around 833 hectares were already covered. That is, day by day the technology is spreading from one field to another field. For that we actually identified 10 different farmers ambassadors. They were trained, we make them a master trainer. Now they are that is imparting training to the fellow farmers. They are actually helping us in the horizontal spread of this type of technology to the farmers. A farmer believe another farmer. That's why it becomes very easy to spread our technology. Besides that, my team, we are also helping the state government by organizing a lot of skill development program. Here we used to concentrate less theory but more practical. We have a huge production unit, okay, and we also encourage the participant of the youngsters, that is your UG student. They used to do the practical, they used to know, we try to increase their skill so that they can, in the coming days, they can establish such type of entrepreneurship for their other income. And not only that, we used to invite some of the expert people from the central government, like say additional director general or say deputy director general, so that they can directly interact with the farmer. What is to take the feedback from the fellow farmer. So in our absence, we used to organize this type of thing, and the DDG or the ADG, they used to interact directly with the fellow farmers. So that is the beauty of this thing, and it also helped us in getting the more fund for the greater benefit of the farming community of our region. Dear participant, I am happy to say more than 10,000 farmers over the time I have trained, along with the help of my team. Then many extension functionaries from different states, they have been trained in my lab. Then your tea garden managers, and over the time I have distributed free of cost 15,000 liters. Now question arises where I got the money. Money is provided by the Government of India. I have not spent my money, right? Everything has been given by the Government of India. There is no dearth of fund for the for such type of work. I try to popularize this type of technology, make aware the farming community through publication in the local newspaper in the vernacular languages, and some ready reckoner say references, that is also extension bulletin we have prepared and distributed in the farming community, so that in our absence they can see it and they can utilize this type of product for their cultivation. Even we do have some audio visual aids. So many times in my team's absence, so these audio visual aids help us to impart the training to the farming community. Already I say, for entire work, and numbers of collaborators are there. They helped us a lot. So my sincere thanks goes to my collaborators. So the beauty of this thing is that the 5 technology, whatever I have developed during my stay at Assam Agriculture University, that has been adopted by the Government of Assam, and they have included in the organic package and practice, especially for some of the selected crop of Assam for the greater benefit of the organic farmers of the Assam. Similarly, 4 technology has been adopted by the Department of Science and Technology. They have included under the PMD package of practices. And this technology we have transferred to the Government of Nagaland, JVs, then Government of Meghalaya and Bioresource Development Center. The first part is for the technology developed at Central Agriculture University. The second part is for the technology that developed when I was at Assam Agriculture University, and we have transferred the technology to one of the Manipur-based company that is called Green Biotech Eco Solutions Private Limited, and you will happy to know they have appointed 35 agri-graduate. That means our product generating employment for the youngsters. That is the satisfaction for us. This is the team, and these are the agri-graduate who have been appointed under Green Biotech Eco Solutions Private Limited. And you see, now they are trying to sell the product to the nearby country like Myanmar, Bhutan and the Bangladesh. They have around, already I say here probably 82 outlets in the different parts of say Manipur as well as Assam. The strain, potential strain, has been taken by one of the company that is called Peak Chemical Industries Limited, based on Shiliguri, that is West Bengal. Now they are producing this type of product to supply to the tea gardens of the Duars and Darjeelings. This is one of the example. One entrepreneur, they came up and Gauhati, Meghalaya, especially the Meghalaya Farmers Commission, they spent 1.25 crore to establish this type of unit, so that they can supply the product to the nearby area, because it is not possible to cover us. I am not a businessman, I am a scientist, I am a teacher. So the business will be done by the state government, business will be done by some entrepreneur or some youngsters. So one fellow came from your Tura, and one IS officer, Dr. N. Kumar, he supported them, and ultimately they established one unit, and now they are producing, they are supplying. This is how I am supplying to the line department. So huge quantity we used to supply per year, already I said. So my dear friend, you see, over the time, out of 701 block, so total say villages 107 already I have covered. More than 2,000, more than 3,000 farmers are working as of now with us, and we have covered more than 1,500 hectare. And for all this activity, 32 stakeholders are helping us a lot. So over the time I have seen implementing such type of module will help not only in managing the plant health, but also helping the maintaining the soil health. It also reduces the cost of chemical that are generally incurred by our farming community. And we try to make them self-dependent, otherwise they have to incur huge cost. It reduces the on-farm and off-farm environmental impact and lead to the more effective and sustainable pest management. So, but while working this type of thing, success is not the, that is not only the thing. So you see our farmer are facing this thing, irrigation facility, then your insect pest problem, transportation problem, and less market availability. And we are concentrating on this thing, and we're trying to improve more and more in day by day. But for that, we identified some of the remedial solutions. These are the remedial solutions. Now, who will provide fund? The government is ready. Before entering this building, one phone call came from Director of National Research Institute of Integrated Pest Management. He said, Dr. Pranab, I am sending you 20 lakhs rupees to solve the problem, these problems. So that is the beauty. तो आपका यहाँ आया, अपना लोग याद आहिलु, मैं 20 लाख टका पालू. Dr. Kayum, thank you मातार कारण. अच्छा Agarwal, thank you दे. अच्छा, that money where I will invest within 10 days, they have, that is our busy will inaugurate one program where we will try to help the farmer by supplying some of the material. So if you want more information, you can visit the web page. This web page is totally dedicated for this type of work. Okay, you just click it and you can see all the activity. Even you can see more than 50 success stories of the farmers, their expression, what that is called your what farmers says. Now, if you see this table, this is the net sown area around 42,76,000. Here we need this type of bioinoculant around 17,104 metric ton. But whatever the MSME or say institute they are producing, they could able to supply only 410 metric ton. There is a huge deficit of production. We need more entrepreneurs. Okay, they should come up. They should produce quality production, because it has a huge market of 835 crore for Northeast India. If you see my slide, this slide, if we consider the cropping intensity as the 100%, market will be around 835 crore. But if the cropping intensity goes beyond the 150%, the market potentiality will be more than 1,283 crore. So there is a huge potentiality. So more people should come up, and so that we can help more and more farming community. Now, question arises where we have to focus, where our industry as well as farmers have to focus. From the industry point of view, I want to say that they have to encourage the public funded program, especially on bioinoculant enterprises. It may be biofertilizer, it may be biopesticide, it may be biostimulant. Then there is the utmost need for a strict regulatory mechanism because lot of adulterated products are available in the market. So here my suggestion is that if we are working with the farmer, please encourage them to use the product that has been prepared with the local strain. Adaptability will be more, result will be good. Because if I take a product which has been prepared with the organism of Leh and Ladakh, it cannot survive here. Or Punjab and Rajasthan, it cannot survive here. Adaptability will be less and you will not get the good result. Ultimately our farmers, they will lose their faith on us. So we have to be very careful. So vocal for local is the perfect word as given by our word given by our Honorable Prime Minister. Then here, at the time of production of such type of thing, especially your bioinoculant, there are different aspects. Those aspects I have mentioned here, it should be reviewed very frequently by some your review committee. And from the farmer's point of view, we have to create awareness so that we can motivate more and more. And there is indeed need of in-depth research so that we can come up with a good product for the greater benefit of these end users. Future needs, as as the chairman of crop protection and the team leader of entire Northeast, especially for my 13 colleges, I'm leading around 45 scientists of pathology, entomology, and nematology. So in the future, we are in need of microbial, volatile, and secondary metabolite-based product. In the next decade, it will occupy the whole market. Then chemical ecology of the fruit fly, still no study has been done, especially fruit fly, fall armyworm, and some of the quarantine pests which are knocking our boundary to enter in our country. That is the utmost important point. Then what is the interaction between your microbials with the microbials? I need to say trichoderma is a microbe, say Trichogramma caululus, japonicum, or proteusum. There is very less study of the that means interaction with this type of things. So that study we have to do. Next, push and pull technology of coleoptera pest like pheromones and the pheromones. Very less work has been done. Semiochemicals should be studied so that we can combine with your we can apply together with the other ecparasiticide and increase the parasitization. And especially for the pulse crop, Government of India, they are giving lot of imports in promotion of the pulse, but some problems are there, insect problems are there. But for those insect problem, ecparasitides study has not been done. That study we have to do. So I have time now. Okay. So from my view or from my side, I want to say this is as a call to the action. The foster interdisciplinary approach and the policymaker to promote not only IPM, BIPM. Secondly, hands-on training to the end users. Integration of the digital tool for quick and easy identification. Then research on process, practices, produces, and policy development. Then implementation of the DSS, decision support system for integrated pest management. And then we should think not singly, we should work with each other. That is called your transdisciplinary approach must be there. So I want to say we have to rethink, redesign, and invest more and more human resource development. This is my team who helped me. Few of my students are also presenting, they are also attending these seminars. Okay, so my sincere thanks goes to all my PhD students, my project staff, and my master degree student. Because of them, actually today I am here. Whatever I am talking, credit goes to them. Thank you. My sincere thanks go to the organizer, then all my collaborator, more particularly my farmer's friend and my funding agency, and last but not least, my family members. They are supporting me a lot. Thank you.